Hello, everyone, and welcome to Small Business Entrepreneurship for this semester. I am excited that you're here, and I wanted to just do a quick walkthrough of the course. I'm sure that you'll have questions, and I'll be available to answer those. So if I miss something or if you are left with a question after this video, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to walk through the eCampus course for small business entrepreneurship. There we go. Hopefully you can see my screen. So as you log into your course, this is what you will see. And you'll notice over here on the navigation bar that I have the very first item is start here. And that's exactly what I would like for you to do. So if you'll click there, then you will get a lot of information about this course. I'm not going to go through and read all this to you, but you need to read it. In addition to reading the course syllabus, which is also located here on the navigation bar. So a couple of things that I want to point out here. Like I said, I'm not going to read it to you, but I do want to point out a few important things. All of it's important. But my information, instructor information, is listed here. To open and close these sections, you use this little arrow to the right. So it has my mobile phone number, since we're all virtual this summer. It has my email address, and it also gives you some office hour links. My office hours are by appointment, but I'm always available to you. And if these hours don't work for you, let me know. We'll find a time that does. I am going to be as flexible as possible for each of my students this semester. So please don't hesitate to reach out. If you do want to meet with me and you let me know, these will be the links for the office hour times. So they're in this instructor information section. The best way to reach me is on GroupMe. We have a GroupMe set up for this course. I respond fastest on GroupMe. I have a lot of students, and as you know, it's summer, so people are kind of reaching out to me at all kinds of times. So it's easiest for me and for you if we use GroupMe. It also allows you to interact with your classmates, and sometimes a classmate will have the answer to your question before I get a chance to answer it. So feel free to engage on GroupMe, and it would be a great thing if you would sign up for that. And the link is included here in eCampus. I'll show that to you in a moment. So all of that information is important. If you want to know a little bit about my background, you can click on this link here. It gives you a little backstory on me, some of the stuff I like and things like that. If you want to send me an email during the course, email Professor Hall over here on the left side of the navigation bar. So let's close this one back. I'm going to scroll on down, staying in the Start Here page. Course navigation is just going to explain all the different sections. I'm going to do that in this video as well. Let's talk about certification. As you know, every semester we have to certify the course. And what that basically means is that the student has shown up and has done some work in the course. This is tied to financial aid. If you are on financial aid and I don't certify you in the course, then it's going to impact your financial aid. There are very strict laws about this, and we don't have any fudge room. So the date is the date, and you have either done work by that date or you have not. If you have not, I cannot certify you. So I want you to right now get your phone out, put in June 15th, and make sure that you have done some work in this course by June 15th so that I can certify you. You'll get a little reminder in GroupMe. You'll get an email reminder. You're going to see it in module 1 or 2, week 1 or 2, so that you will get all kinds of reminders, but don't mess this up. All right. Summary of the course. Let me just start by saying that this class is intense. And it's intense in a 16-week semester, so it's going to be extra intense in a summer 10-week semester. I'm telling you that up front. It is a very, very rewarding course. It's a fun course, but it's a lot of work. So I want you to get your mindset wrapped around that at the very beginning, from the very beginning, because I don't want you to get behind. There is a lot of work. And, you know, when we talk about learning the skills it takes to start a business or to be an entrepreneur, those are things that don't happen overnight, and they don't happen without a lot of hard work. So in our class this semester, we're going to focus on what what skills and techniques that the entrepreneur needs to start a business. And we certainly won't be starting businesses in this course. If you have some business ideas, you're going to be able to more fully develop those. If you don't have business ideas, you may come up with some as we go through the semester. But in any event, it's an interesting course. I think the book is extremely interesting. I had the opportunity to meet and have dinner with the author of this book back in the spring. And she is the lead faculty and the head of the Babson College Entrepreneurship Program. And it is one of the best in the country. And so it was a real privilege for me to get to sit and chat with her about her textbook and how we could use that in our entrepreneurship program here at Dallas College. So I think you'll find the book to be wonderful, and I think you'll find it to be easy reading. The work that will come out of the book is very hands-on. You know, there are no tests, there's no quizzes. Entrepreneurship is not about memorizing things. It's about being creative, critical thinkers. And so you're going to do work in this class that's going to help you develop those skills. It's going to help you think differently about the world around you. It's going to help you think differently about what people need. So I hope that you'll embrace the challenge of the course and do your best work, because you are the one that benefits in the end. You know, this is a course where you will definitely get out of it what you put into it. Now, with all that said, this is going to be a ton of work. I don't want that to scare you off. I am not looking for perfection. I am looking for attempts that show me that you get the concepts. So a lot of the work that you're going to do in here doesn't really have right or wrong answers. But what it does require is for you to show me that you get the concept, that you understand the goal. And so I don't want you to get caught up in the minutia of making something perfect, but I do want you to make sure that you understand the concepts. As we go through the course, there are 3 times that I'm going to ask you to meet with me. And the reason I'm doing that, and we'll schedule those at a time that works for you, but the reason I'm asking you to do that is because we're going to have 3 different documents, or I guess activities, that I could give you a bunch of written feedback on, but that's not the best way to do this. The best way to do this is for us to talk about your work. And because I need to understand how you came up with the work in order to give you good feedback. So don't be afraid of those meetings. Those meetings are going to be an opportunity for kind of one-on-one consulting with your idea. And I'm looking forward to them, because I'm going to be seeing this idea develop, and then I'm going to have the opportunity to really understand where it's coming from. So there will be those 3 meetings. If you need more, those are available. If we were in a classroom, we would be doing a lot of this stuff together in class, but we're not. So instead of a classroom, you get one-on-one instruction basically in this course, but you have to ask for it, right? Because I don't know when you need help. So I can't read your mind from this far away. I live way out in the boonies. So if you need help, you got to ask for it. I'm willing to meet with you as we go along. If there's something you don't understand or you're not sure how to do, don't get frustrated and suffer with it, and don't not do it because you don't understand. Just reach out to me and we will get on a video call, or we'll talk on the phone, or whatever it takes to help you get through that. So with all that said, I want to just say, strap on your belt and eat your Cheerios. And I think it'll be a great semester. All right, so let's walk through the course. You'll see here the learning outcomes and things like that are listed on this page. Weekly modules, the way I have the course set up is everything is set up by week. So we have 10 weeks in this semester. Actually, it's about 9 weeks and a couple of days. That 10th week is really short. But each week I have these modules set up to where when you click on the week, you're going to see a checklist. That checklist tells you everything you have to do that week. So for example, in week 1, you're going to watch the orientation video about the course. Hey, you're doing that. You're going to join Group Me if you haven't already. You're going to read chapter 1 and 2. And you're going to complete the first discussion post. and you're going to do the first journal and the first assignment. Almost every week, you're going to have 3 different activities due. Now, that being said, these are not activities that you can do at the last minute. It will not work. You need to make sure that you have time set aside multiple days during the week to get this work done. Sometimes it's going to ask you to go and observe something. Sometimes it's going to ask you to go talk to people. So it's not something you can say, oh, it's, Sunday night at, 9 o'clock and I think I better get my work done. That will not work in this class. So get a calendar, get a planner, organize this work so that you can be successful. If you struggle with organization, let's talk about it, because I don't want you to get behind at the very beginning. It'll be terribly difficult to catch up. All right, I also have some extra credit assignments from time to time. And so you'll see in this first week, I have 2 extra credit assignments here. The information in these chapters is so rich and it's so well written. There's just so many things. I wish I could ask you to do everything in the chapter, but we just don't have time. So I'm assigning the most important things that I feel are most important. And then those things that I wish I could have assigned, I'm going to put those in as extra credit. So those of you who are, really into this or really think you're going to need extra credit, you'll have those opportunities. There's actually, let me see, there are 9 extra credit opportunities in the semester. So those are things that are available to you. And you'll see them in the weeks where they apply. So this checklist is something that you should use every week. When you come to eCampus and you're starting your work, go to the weekly module. Don't work from the calendar. Don't work from your grade list. Work from these weekly modules, because I have extra stuff in here that you won't see if you're going from the calendar or the grade list. So for example, you're going to see your checklist. And then you're going to see optional learning materials. And I put optional on here for a reason. They are definitely optional. I think the book is robust enough. However, students learn differently. So I wanted to have some support materials for those of you who might prefer to have notes or to have PowerPoints or to have videos. So I don't have videos for everything, but I have some videos in here. And as we go through the semester, I'll be adding some more. So for each chapter, you'll see a folder. And in each folder are the extra resources that are available to you. So this is for chapter 1. There's PowerPoints, there's lecture notes. And then if you click on videos, you'll see that I have a couple of videos in here also for chapter 1. Now, sometimes I'll have a lecture. This is a lecture for someone who is teaching the Babson course. As we go through, I may add some of my own lectures. We'll see how this goes. My experience has been that I spend a ton of hours creating video lectures and nobody watches them. I would almost rather talk to you one-on-one, and that way I can address exactly what you need to hear. So I may make some more videos, I may not, but if you need help or you want something explained to you, I'm happy to do that. All right, so these are the things that are going to be in those extra folders, and they're called optional learning resources. There'll be one for every chapter. These are the orientation videos. You're going to create your discussion boards in Flip, which is a video discussion app. And I have created 2 videos for you that show you how to create the video discussion and then how to create the video reply. So these are there to help you when you get ready to make your discussion. I guess while we're here, we'll talk about discussions. So the discussion posts are going to look something like this. There's a lot of words here. There's a lot of words here because I'm giving you a ton of instructions based on how to use Flip. So you're going to watch the video. I've also written the instructions into the discussion information here as well. So it's kind of overkill, but just in case you need additional help there, I've tried to put that in here. All of these are going to be set up the same way. I'm going to tell you when it's due. I'm going to tell you what to get ready for. So I might ask you to read something. I might ask you to watch a video. I might ask you to think about the answers to some questions. And that's all to prepare you for the post that you're going to share. So you'll see that first, prepare for your post. I'll have the due date. So you have a post and you have a reply. Post is actually due on Friday by 11:59. The reply to a classmate is due on Sunday by 11:59. You can do them both on the same day if you'd like, as long as somebody has posted that you can reply to. So I have those set on 2 different days, and they also show up as 2 different assignments. So you'll see this DISC 1P, that stands for discussion 1 post, due Friday, and then DISC 1R, discussion 1 reply, due Sunday. I used to have those in one assignment, but people would miss that Friday piece because it didn't hit the calendar. So I now have it in 2 separate pieces, so hopefully you won't miss that. So this is for discussion 1. It tells you what to get ready, and then it tells you where to post. Here's the link that's going to take you out to Flipgrid. I'm going to click this just so you can see where it goes. It's going to come to Flip, and it's going to ask you to sign up, basically. And you will put in your email address. Now, don't use your college email address. Use a different email address. Use a Google address or a Microsoft address. If you use your school address, the college will block it, and that is a problem. So just don't use your college address when you sign up for Flip. Once you join, it's going to take you directly into the discussion topic, and the Flip videos will show you how all that works. And then what you will do, you don't have to submit anything in eCampus. However, if you don't submit something on an assignment, and when the due date passes, it sends you kind of a little reminder that you missed something, and that freaks students out sometimes. You're like, I know I made that post, and it's telling me I didn't. That's going to happen because Flip doesn't talk to eCampus. So what you need to do, if you don't want that little message, is just go into eCampus and submit the date of your video, or type in I did the video, or just put something in eCampus. It'll keep you from getting that message. But from my perspective, you don't have to put anything in eCampus. It's not required. I'm going to go grade your video in Flip, and then I'll put the grade into the grade book. So that's how it's going to work for the grading piece. If you don't want the messages that you missed something, just type something in as a submission. This tells you how it's going to be graded. In discussions, I'm really looking for us to have a robust conversation about something, right? And you'll find that this stuff is easy to talk about. So, it's not acceptable to say 3 sentences and be done. Really give it some thought and really think about what you can share. I'd really like you to have kind of the mindset that either we were in a classroom having a conversation about something and everybody was contributing, or we were all sitting around at Starbucks talking about something. It can be very relaxed. It doesn't have to be a perfect discussion or a perfect video, but it does need to be robust and engaging. So that's what I'm looking for in those discussion posts. All right, so you'll have a post and then you'll have a reply. Now, when you get ready to reply to something or submit something, let me go back here. If we go back here, you can see everything on this page. This is the module page. And you can see all the instructions here, and you can actually even make this link work. But if you wanted to submit something here, there's nowhere to do it because you're on the module page. So in order to submit, you have to click on this title to actually open the assignment. You'll know it's open if you see this section over here where it tells you the points and the due date. And if you scroll down to the bottom here, you'll see this submission section where you can upload a file or create a submission or add some comments. So this is where you would actually do your submission. And then you always have to remember to click submit so it sticks. Okay, so that's a little bit about discussions, and hopefully you'll take a minute and watch those Flipgrid videos to help you understand how all that works. All right, so that kind of takes us through week 1. There's also a journal assignment, and again, you're going to see that I'm going to give very detailed instructions. It's going to tell you what to prepare. It's going to tell you what to write, and it will give you opportunity to do all of that, and then you will attach a Word document or PDF document. I cannot open Apple documents, Apple Pages documents, or Google Docs in eCampus, which that's crazy, I know, but it just doesn't work. So if you use Apple or Google for your documents, you need to save them as a Word document or a PDF before you upload them. Otherwise, I won't be able to open them. And always remember to click submit. So this is what a journal would look like. And let's see. All right, I'm going to cancel out of that. So that kind of takes us through week 1. There's an assignment down here as well. So for week 1, you're going to have a discussion, a journal, and an assignment. You're almost always going to have 3 things every week, which is, again, why I was kind of warning you, there's a lot of work here. Okay, so every week looks the same. If I go to week 2, you're going to see the checklist. You're going to see everything for week 2 down underneath week 2. You don't have to go hunting for anything. It's all sitting in that weekly module. So all of those weekly modules are going to work the same way. Now let's move back up here a little bit. Communication, I will send you announcements from time to time, and you should make it a habit to check your email and check your announcements and check your GroupMe. 99% of the time, I'm going to use GroupMe. From time to time, I'll put it both in GroupMe and announcements, but not every time. I prefer GroupMe. It's much easier and faster for all of us to use. My contact information, a little bio background is here. Here's a direct way to email me. In the second section called course materials, this is where you'll find your syllabus. And I also created a due date summary, which basically shows you everything that's due by date. I would recommend printing this out. Where is it? Have I not attached? I guess I didn't get it attached. Okay, I have to fix that. Oh, the syllabus isn't here either. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I guess I'm glad I'm showing you this. Learning materials, this is where you're going to find your textbook. So you will access your textbook here by clicking here. It's going to take you to your bookshelf. I don't know if this is going to work because it knows I'm an instructor. Oh, there we go. And it's going to show you the books on your bookshelf. So then you would click here to start reading your book. So this is our book, Entrepreneurship, The Practice and Mindset. It's by Heidi Neck from Babson College. It's the 2nd edition. So that's how to find your book. Uh-oh, where'd it go? Let's go back. So book is found in learning materials. In the time and grade management section, we have the calendar. And I'm not sure if you know how to use this calendar, so I'm just going to mention it. Some students, I'm always shocked at how many times students haven't even noticed this is here. Basically, you can choose your current courses, put a little checkbox in the box. And what it does is it shows all your classes together on one calendar, and they're color coded. So right now I only have one box checked, and that's your class, and you're green. If I were to go in here and check one of my other classes that I have for summer, let's see if we can find them. Summer, let's pick this one, the light green. And you'll see now that you can see that I have 2 different classes and my due dates for both those classes. So that calendar is a nice little tool. To check your grades, you'll click check my grades, and you'll see here, this shows you the total number of possible points. Once it's graded, you'll see your points to the left and the total possible points to the right. And there's 1,000 points possible in this course, plus all that extra credit that I mentioned. So there should be, in this class, if you just do the work, you're going to be okay. You just got to do the work, okay? And I hope that you'll be engaged in the class enough that that's not going to be an issue. If you're struggling, let me know. We'll talk. I'll try to motivate you. All right. And then we have important dates here. Oh my goodness. All my stuff didn't stick. Okay. I got work to do. All right. There's resources and help down here, student services, technical help desk. Let's talk about the help desk for a minute. I wish that you would just stop this video right now and go put these numbers in your phone, because when the Computer system goes down, you can't get to these members. If you have a problem, a technical problem, I can't help you. You need to call the help desk, and it's your responsibility to call the help desk. Um, so put these numbers in your phone or write them down on, stick them on your computer or something so that you'll have them. And if you have any kind of technical issue, reach out to them. Don't wait a week and then tell me I couldn't get on my computer. That's a pretty lame excuse. You have the responsibility to get this stuff done and to make sure that you're able to get access. And they are there, and it's their job to make sure that you can do that. So put these numbers in your phone. Don't hesitate to call them. They will help, and they're pretty responsive. All right. Let me go back over here. That's pretty much it. I really just want to encourage you that this is an amazing class. It's just going to change you in a cool way. And I think that especially if you have the entrepreneurship desire, I think you're going to find this is just super interesting. We are going to work toward not whole business plan. I know in the past, this course has taught a business plan, a full written business plan, which is a ton of work. But the mindset now in entrepreneurial education is that we've spent all this time teaching students to write a business plan, but we haven't taught them how to have a good, viable idea and how to know that they have a good, viable idea. So we've shifted focus in our course here at Dallas College to say, let's spend time talking about innovation and ideation and validation and experimentation. And let's really help students figure out how to get a good idea. Because once you have a good, viable idea, then it's time to write the plan. If you think about it, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh, I kind of have an idea, but I haven't tested it. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if anybody will fund it. I don't know if it'll work. I don't know if it'll make money. And we go write this 30-page business plan about it, and we don't even know if it's going to work. So we're taking a different approach this semester, and we're gonna do the upfront work in this course. I'm going to teach you the skills that you need to interview and test and create and innovate and ideate and to validate things. So it's going to be a little different perspective. You're not going to leave here ready to start a business, but you are going to leave here with the tools to help you build a business idea that you can start. And then we have a few other business entrepreneurial classes, like there's an operations class and some other classes that might be of interest to you later on. Okay, I think that's all I have to share. If you have questions about anything, please let me know. I'm happy and here to help. If you haven't already, please go sign up for GroupMe. All right, have a wonderful day and reach out if I can help you.